I think we're going. Are we going? There it is. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another vlog entry. Recently in another one, I talked about ADHD and how I'm doing, or how I did with Stratera. Starting a new one soon, but um, I also wanted to talk about another mental challenge that I go through. Actually, a couple. One will be quick. One will be um, I was wiping down my desk earlier. To wipe a rag. That looks really awkward, but in case you saw that. I sat there and thought about it, and I was like, I just put that in the shot. That's really awkward. But anyway, first and foremost, PTSD and my triggers. When I was on Stratera, what Stratera was able to help me do, because ADHD meds help you focus more, and not just on things in front of you, but what I noticed is that it did help me focus on emotional and triggers, dealing with that a bit. I'm hoping my next med does that, but um, I have PTSD in certain regards, and getting triggered by by specific people. I'm dealing with that. I've even recently been dealing with a family member that I've dealt with for a long time. A lot of hurt there, and there's another person as well, but I won't go into that. But anyway, I've really been unable to really concentrate really on how I'm feeling, how I want to approach trying to um, go about forgiving myself and forgiving these people, to say it bluntly. Um, I've kind of sidestepped every so often because I'm concentrating on other things in my life, but these are important people. So being able to focus on that, being able to do what I thought I needed to do in order to help it, um, they really helped me. So I'm making strides in that. I'm dealing with the PTSD because the triggering points stem from the PTSD in certain regards. So that's the PTSD. I am dealing with that. The next thing I wanted to talk about is my bipolar. Um, it's not easy being diagnosed with um, several things: PTSD, bipolar, and ADHD. Most recently this year, ADHD always made sense to me, and to be honest, it feels good to have a diagnosis on it. ADHD and attentive, but bipolar. I've been bipolar for more than a few years. I was diagnosed when I checked myself in for one of the darkest times of my life, and I've been doing good for that. I'm on Limitrigine, which has been helping. I was on paroxetine up until I started taking ADHD meds, but due to health concerns, we went ahead and took that off, and I've been doing okay. I've had some irritability, like quick moods that dissipate after like 15, 20 minutes. But as always, I'm also forecasting. I'm trying to a few things that I tend to do is I look ahead as far as I can, especially with big events coming up. Like coming up, notably, is a convention in June. Um, we're going out of town. We're going to hang out and get some time away. Um, and so, that's a big deal because obviously that's a lot of people. That can be a lot of anxiety, but it's my people. It's gamers and anime collectors and cosplayers. It's a comfort zone, but it's also an anxiety zone. It's really, it's really really weird, and it's really weird how that works because there are safety zones that um, you can find in the weirdest places, in the weirdest places. And you would think a convention isn't one, but for me, it is. But I also like going with my partner. We're gonna have a great time. Um, Another thing I wanted to touch on is that a few years back, I made a video about living with a roommate, a family member, or a partner that's bipolar from the perspective of a bipolar person. I made a statement saying that you tend to feel like a monster. You put yourself in walls around you. You put yourself in a shell away from the people you love because the way you're going to react, or you might have a mood swing, especially if you're off meds, especially if you're not getting help, and you feel like, you know, you could say something that could hurt really bad to somebody you love, you know. And that's been my case. Um, it's really not so much that I'm afraid that people hurt me. That's where the PTSD comes in. But on my part, as being bipolar as I am, um, whenever I know that a mood swing has happened, I tend to distance myself a bit, and especially from triggering points. And one thing I do with my partner is, I let her know, it's like, look, I got to withdraw for a bit. I want to take some time to myself. If there's an argument, we just, we kind of walk away, take some time. Um, because being with somebody in a bipolar relationship is not easy at all. And I have an amazing partner. I have an amazing partner. Um, and it's fantastic. So it's hard to find somebody that is caring, that is accepting, that is patient. And that's not to say all partners aren't like that. I'm just saying, from my standpoint and my experiences with dating and, you know, going out and whatnot, when it comes to finding a partner that you have things in common with, that you enjoy each other's time, that you can't wait to hang out, be in each other's company, um, it has not been easy on her though either. I mean, it's not easy on any partner to be with somebody bipolar. It's not easy on anybody to be with a partner that faces mental challenges. Um, but that's one of the things we do. That's one of the things we kind of understand is that there are times when we kind of need to go into a different room, like be separate for a bit and take some time, breathe. For me, I've made her aware of over the years, and she's kind of picked up on it too. Is that what I tend to need is again to just step away for a bit because I can um, I could feel myself like what feels like I've gotten used to what feels like a mood swing coming on, like it's about to trigger or be initiated. And 99% of the time I can catch it because I can feel it. It's not just like you get into a fight as couples or whatnot. That's a regular feeling. But when it comes to bipolar, it sounds weird, and maybe some bipolar folks can back me up on this, but you can, because you've been through it so many times, it's kind of a red flag that you feel it coming on and you're going to need time, whatever's happening. And with meds, you can catch it and you can, walk away. Now, with meds, it also makes them few and far in between, thankfully. But um, being in a bipolar relationship, um, in a relationship with somebody that's bipolar, it's crazy and it can be difficult. But thankfully, like I said, a few things. I forecast myself. I watch for trigger points. I have a pretty good feeling about when I feel a potential mood swing coming on, and I am able to, and my partner understands that I gotta, I gotta get a bit. And no, most of the time, it's just going into another room or going out for a bit and going to get something to, maybe eat or for in my case, going to GameStop, going to Game Exchange, looking around and whatnot. Again, safety areas. Um, and it's been weird right now because we live separately. So once you are in a home and you're living with your partner, um, there can be certain areas that develop into safety zones, and they themselves can become a safety zone. And that's what I feel with her right now. She has this great I don't want to say gift, but we link up in such a way that she's able to most of the time talk to me and kind of bring me down. It's a caring in her voice that I feel naturally. I feel that link, and it's amazing. And I've noted this more than a few times to her. She's able to help talk me down, especially when I'm triggered by certain things because of my PTSD. So I'm rambling at this point, but I wanted to share all this. It's a bit all over the place because it's how I do things here on the channel. But I wanted to share this and obviously give a big shout out to my partner and just thank her for everything, obviously. But also to share with other people in case you're bipolar, newly diagnosed, or you deal with it in the long term. Um, I would love to hear your story, especially if you or in a relationship, or if you're a partner that deals with a partner with bipolar or family member or whatnot. I would love to hear it. So anyway, thank you guys for listening and watching. Remember, you're awesome. Never let the world tell you otherwise. Um, Stay safe, stay sane, as much as you can help it. I'll see you later. Peace. Oh, also forgive the audio and the setup. This is all temporary, so it is what it is. See ya.